Do you remember when games were something you escaped into? You get home, boot something up, lose track of time entirely, and actually enjoy yourself. But now, you come home, you open your phone way before you open the game. So you check the Reddit, you check the patch notes, you check the drama surrounding the game, and especially you check if random strangers are saying that the game is dead, even before release. By the time you launch the game, you're already, subconsciously annoyed. It wasn't modern graphics, it wasn't Unreal Engine 5, it wasn't the mechanics or the skill gap. Modern gaming got ruined by the community itself. Or even better, you can define it as the culture. Editor put like a big ass, the culture. Thank you. I think that somewhere along the line of, being a gamer and actually playing games, my theory is that we stopped altogether playing games. We don't play games. We perform gaming. Let me explain what I mean. Within the first 15 minutes of a game being announced, you will see Concord 3, Concord 4, Concord 5. This game is dead. The AI is loved. And let's be honest, most of the times they will be right about it, because we have a lot of examples that I'm going to make, pop on the screen for you. They probably gave a bad rap to the gaming industry as a whole. The main issue here is that we're focusing on the rotten apples and we're not checking out the golden apples. It's all because of these damn content creators. We all know that like hate generates more clicks and interactions, right? Because of the hive mind mentality than a good interactions with something. An example for that is that in your everyday life, you can receive 100 compliments, but it's going to be one co-worker pissing you off, and you're going to stay pissed off until you go back home, and you're going to be thinking about it all the way to bed. Negative emotions are stronger. Unfortunately, that's how we work. The same principle of being famous. If you want to become famous, just go in the busiest marketplace in your town and pull your pants down. Don't do it. But if you wanted to become famous, you can do it the easy way. That's the easy way. Negative stuff. Might be positive for somebody. All of this just to say that games are not played but performed on social media. Everybody is becoming performative. How many likes can I get if I hate on Marathon? How many likes can I get if I hate on Call of Duty? How many likes do I get if I hate on Arc Raiders? And everything that is popular or pushed heavily by marketing. Because that's the step that people, that is the puzzle piece that people are missing. When companies spend hundreds of millions or even like 5 million in advertisement, they are already generating a lot of traffics, and content creators especially, to piggyback on the budget spent by another company, they hop in with the negative emotions. There are a lot of representatives of this movement. I'm not going to put them on screen because I'm too small. They're going to eat me alive and I'm going to get canceled, so I'm not going to do that. You know who you are, motherfucker. But it started from us, content creators. So I have a little bit of a moral responsibility, in my opinion, to create the opposite content right now and make this video so that we can all talk about our favorite thing, which is games. Do you remember the old days of Reddit when everything was used to share builds, best characters, secrets, discoveries, unite to do the chalice dungeons in Bloodborne, and we still did not find that item, and funny clips. The entirety of Reddit gaming is just hating on games. Even if the subreddit is for a specific game like Arc Raiders, with one will think that everybody that loved the game and they are looking for new players unite to discuss about the game, became like the most insufferable place on Reddit for me. That I already disliked Arc Raiders because it's in third person and I don't like that kind of games. But even from outsiders' eyes, people are obviously trying way too hard on purpose. It's not really an opinion. People are just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna write the most controversial piece of shit comment just because I want those likes. Those likes, that number going up, makes my pee go funny. I'm gonna split this section in like the 3 capital sins that content creators committed. The first sin is devs don't listen to the content creators. Thank God, because I don't think in terms of, how can I have more fun with this game? That is obviously, in the back burner. But my main goal is to make content. So everything that my brain comes up with, balancing ideas, changes to the game, are not for the betterment of the game. It's for the betterment of my content. I want my content to be better, so I want the weapon to be a little bit better, because I'm good with that weapon. I want the map to be this specific way, because I'm good in that map. It never comes from a place of the game will be better. The majority of the player base is the casual population. People that play 2-3 hours a day. All right. Those are the people that the game was meant for. Content creators that play 10, 12 hours a day have no damn saying on the overall enjoyment of somebody that doesn't grind as much as they do. I think we completely lost the plot. If we think that the majority of the player base of a set game play as much as content creators, we completely lost the plot. My fellow colleagues, I say, shut the fuck up. If you are good at a game, you're gonna become good anyway, no matter the changes that they do for the community. Just because you cannot exploit something anymore to make easy content doesn't make the game bad. And oh, I'm streaming the game. They're now banning the cheaters that are stream sniping me. Fair. That is a fair complaint. If you are sponsored by them and you have a contract, so they have to protect their investment. If you're just a random person, you shouldn't have preferential treatment. Now, does it go to the detriment of the game? Absolutely, because it's free advertisement if you put a guy in a streamer chat banning the cheaters that they encounter, right? It's free advertisement, so yeah, you should do that. Do you really have to? Is that expected? No. Communities and games that do it, like Call of Duty, for example, did it for a long time, and it was amazing seeing the cheaters getting nuked live, but it's not something that you deserve as a content creator, all right? You either sign a contract or you suffer like everybody else. Point number 2 is called state of the game. For example, I'm going to use Marathon as an example because I like Marathon, right? I like Bungie, I like Marathon. I had issues with them in the past. I expressed my, concerns and my overall non-enjoyment of some things, and they answered to me immediately. Even though I'm a small creator, right? They answered to me immediately. They are very open and communicative with the content creators, and it's very rare. So I like them for that reason. Then if you ask me in a year time, I'm going to tell you, probably, fuck it. For now, I like them, all right? And I'm going to use Marathon as an example because the game wasn't even out yet, and somebody messed up and they did the bad reviewing of the content that was supposed to be showcased during the alpha that initially was closed, but then it became open. It was a whole, dumpster fire with the first alpha that was public. And what people did was, especially content creators, some of them still partnered with the game, with Marathon and with Bungie, made videos shit-talking Bungie for the ineptitude and for the lack of judgment, let's say. What they failed to mention, because it doesn't get you any clicks, but you can Google it, you can do your own research, right? Is that this problem wasn't Bungie directly. Outsourcing is the terminology. It's used by every company. Blizzard weapons for the characters. You can go to ArtStation and look at all the artists that make weapons for a lot of games that you play. You will see that the companies don't make their own assets because it's cheaper. Instead of paying a guy full-time in the US, they pay a guy in Turkey and they can have the skin done in a week or in whatever time frame and pay one fraction of what they would have paid. Outsourcing is getting very much out of hand, and it's really, really cheap, which is why also working in the gaming industry is becoming harder and harder, because there is some other guy in a country that is worth a lot less than you are in the workplace. I bet you didn't know that either. You can Google it. But content creators rolled with this lie, right, that it was Bungie directly, and they started, farming the 8. This is one of the most recent examples. I could make more, but you get what I'm talking about. Bad engagement is still engagement, and it's way easier to having the most controversial, brain-dead take, so the people either jump in with the trolling or jumps in to defend the company. Works like magic. I personally don't do it. I should be doing it, but I don't do it because I'm stupid. And I'm Italian, so I'm double the problems here. But anyway, point number 3 is the blatant hypocrisy. That's what I'm going to call this point number 3. Because you can tell that these content creators, they say that they don't care about a game, they don't like it, right? They don't support it, make a 20 minutes essay about said game and company. The point here is that you guys, are being played. Everybody that is not from this business, content creation, is being played. If you really think that a multimillionaire cares about a game that they're not gonna play, they're not gonna make content on, right? And they're not gonna be affiliated in any way, shape, or form, cares, right, about justice and about exposing the fraud, exposing bad development, and then make a 20 minutes video so that you could watch it and make money out of it, you need to understand that you're being exploited. They don't care about the game. They don't care about sad issues. They care about your view, and your view brings them money. So they make a 20 minutes video about that, and then they move on to the next thing. They don't care. Some of that people playing Marathon, for example, or even Arc Raiders, I will say that is more popular, even though they made this video videos, they still play the game daily, they still support it, and they're still under contract by the said company that they criticize. The problem is that they are too big to get repercussion from the company, or they are too smart and too big with lawyers to sign a contract that prohibits them talking bad about the game for more revenue and content. The point is that you are being played. Learn to split from genuine people that care about something and they actually care about your well-being as a content creator that can directly talk to a company, and from people that are just trying to make money out of your shoulders. All right? If somebody's passionate about something, doesn't go to sleep, and forgets all about it the next day. Moving on, I want to talk about the fact that people watch games a lot more than they play games in 2026. Content creators, me included, we all got spoiled during COVID because there was a lot of people home, right? A lot more viewership and a lot more interactions because people were not working from home just yet. Majority of them cannot work at the grocery store if you are at home, can you? And to go back to the point that I made earlier, the majority of people are not playing games, are performing games or consuming them like a movie, like a series, like a song. They don't experience gaming anymore. I remember when I played Halo 3 and Halo 2 and Halo 1, I'm old, or I played all of them. On YouTube, there were not tier lists of weapons. There were just, Ogre 1 and Ogre 2 kicking everybody's ass with whatever weapon. Because the point wasn't the weapon, what's best and what's worse or whatever, right? The shotgun was always broken, by the way, and the pistol was always broken. But it was all down to the skill of the individual player. Right now, you make tier lists because you want to get the best outcome at the best amount of time. You don't want to take the time to get good, to experience the game, to fine-tune your skills, your movement, your aim, nothing. You want to get into the game, get instant gratification because the matchmaking put you with somebody that is 95 years old and blind from one eye, and then you want to extract it, and then you want to get the loot and see those flashy numbers in the screen and go to sleep happy. Never in my life back in the day I've seen any pro player of Counter-Strike or Quake or Unreal Tournament making a video about, oh, this patch is broken, this drama going on in Epic Games, this is the worst update ever. I'm talking to you, Dead by Daylight streamers. All you do, guys, in DVD, no offense, is just making content about behavior doesn't know what he's doing, and you still religiously play that game, and he had the, I guess, concurrent peak players like last year or something. It's performative. The point is that we have hours of this content and no gameplay of this content. It's all about yapping about negative stuff so the people can join in and hate with you. But yeah, I listed a whole lot of issues without providing any solutions. So here I am going again against everybody, getting a lot of hate in the comments probably because I'm, defending the big corpo gaming companies and providing you with an actual solution to the problem, which is as follows. You want the most radical idea? Play what looks fun to you. Mute Reddit and communities when they get weird, when they start spewing hate. Ignore the player count obsession. It's my favorite games that still have 2,000 players and nobody calls them dead. Ignore performative, fake experts. And most importantly, play with your friends. Gaming was never meant to be a courtroom or the stock market, a political debate, or a content farm. Gaming was always like a bunch of nerds in a basement making the best thing they could make using their imagination. So I beg you, the best thing you can do today is stop this video and press play. I'll see you guys in the next one.